This is booked for drama, where stories burn, hearts break, the tea is always hot and never a part 2. Today we're diving into Reborn. I watch my best friend move into a haunted house, then she begs me to save her. Let's go. Chapter 1. When I stood in the real estate office, my bestie snatched the foreclosed property. I had my eyes on. I just knew it. That bitch Millie was back, reborn, just like me. Last time around, Millie and I both had some savings. She blew her wad on some meme stocks that went straight to hell, and I decided to buy a place. Because I was broke, I ended up snagging a property where some gruesome shit had gone down. But guess what? Hidden in the ceiling, I found a freaking safe packed with $1 million in cash and a bunch of gold bars. Cha-ching, bitch. Meanwhile, Millie lost everything in the market, drowning in debt. Seeing me living large in a mansion, driving a fancy car, and blowing cash like it was confetti, she threw a fit. She lured me onto the highway and made sure I got hit by a semi-truck. My soul floated above, watching her and my boyfriend lying to the cops, saying I was drunk, wandered onto the highway, and got myself killed. Bitch. Then, boom, I woke up back on the day I was supposed to buy the foreclosed house. I'll take it. Millie's voice blasted in my ear. I stared at her, stunned. The realtor gave me a sympathetic look, then turned to Millie. I'm sorry, ma'am, but she was looking at this property first. So what? She hasn't paid yet. First to pay, first to get. I saw that determined look on her face, and I knew she was back too. Liv, I want this house too. Why don't you look at the other options? There are plenty of similar houses in this neighborhood. Her tone was all innocent, but I could see she was testing me, trying to figure out if I remembered anything. I shook myself out of it and frowned. All right, whatever, if you want it that badly, it's yours. I'll find something else. Hearing that, Millie relaxed, ready to strike a deal with the realtor. Ms. Miller, I must warn you, a tragedy happened in this house, which is why the price is so low. Are you sure you want to buy it? Totally, the killer was caught. What's scary about that? Besides, I'm not planning on living in it. She cut herself off mid-sentence. I smirked, knowing exactly what she meant. Last time, I was sick of renting, so I decided to buy a home. But I was broke, so the options were scarce. The realtor showed me a haunted house. A husband killed his wife because of some domestic disputes. The husband was thrown in jail with no chance of parole, but the house became infamous, with no one wanting to buy it. After learning the details, I decided to buy the house, because nothing's scarier than being broke. But then I found a fortune in the house, while Millie's life spiraled downwards. So this time, she wants to steal my chance. She gave me a mocking smile. You might as well throw your money into the stock market. Maybe you'll hit it big and buy a mansion. I played dumb. This house has a hefty mortgage. You sure you can swing it? You're not exactly rolling in dough. Need me to spot you some cash? Millie's eyes flared, imagining the fortune inside. She snapped, I'll pay cash, bitch. Don't even think about it, it's mine. The realtor hadn't expected her to be so eager. Cash was best, so she forgot about me and focused on Millie. Okay, Ms. Miller, how will you be paying? Having said that, Millie couldn't back down in front of me. She pulled out a card. I'll put down some now. I'll bring the rest of the money in 3 days, all right? The realtor took the card, grinning. Of course, no problem. Let's go sign the papers. With that, there was no need for me to stay there. I turned around and headed back to my crummy apartment. Chapter 2. I had barely stretched out on my bed when my boyfriend, Chad Roberts, called. He dumped me without a second thought. It's over, Liv. I'm done. Don't bother me anymore. I listened to him, expressionless, and heard a woman giggling in the background. I knew who it was, but I faked shock. Are you cheating on me? Who are you with? Chad, you can't do this to me. The more pissed I sounded, the happier they got. Let's be real, I was only with you to get a referral to your company. Now that I'm in, I don't have to pretend to like you anymore. So that was it. My resume was impressive enough to get me into a big company right after college. Once I got my foot in the door, I referred to Chad and Millie. Don't bother us again, Liv. We're gonna be rich, and you're just a peasant. Different leagues, babe, so get over it. Millie snatched the phone. You guys? Backstabbing me. I gasped, pretending to be floored. They both burst out laughing. I took my shot. We'll see how far you get without me. It's just a shitty house. What's so great about it? You'll see. You're just some office drone. What can you even compare? After hanging up, I snorted. So pathetic. In this day and age, did they really think they could just find a fortune and get away with it? The next day, I went to work as usual. I saw Millie and Chad heading into the boss's office to quit. The boss was surprised and tried to talk them out of it, but Millie just laughed. Sorry, boss. I just got a windfall, no biggie, just a few million. Working is pointless now. The boss nearly choked, and our coworkers gathered around. Millie, are you high? Where'd you get that kind of money? Did you rob a bank? Did you win the lottery? How do you do it? Share the wealth. You're joking, right? That's such a joke, haha. Hearing all the flattery and disbelief, Millie decided to show them. Alright, come to my new place in 3 days. Then you'll see. She dropped the address in the group chat. Seeing how determined she was, the boss gave in and accepted their resignation. While packing, Millie spotted my Chanel bag on my desk and flipped out. How can you afford that? After a few seconds, she realized. Oh, I get you bought a fake to show off, right? To outdo me. Give it up. No need to pretend. A $15 canvas bag suits you better. I rolled my eyes and shoved the bag in her face. Open your eyes, bitch. How could a fake have such good stitching? I just bought it from the store yesterday. Need to see the receipt? Chapter 3. Millie stared at my bag, trying to see if it was real. Her eyes flickered, but she quickly composed herself. So what? It's just a bag. I can buy 100. You probably had to save up for months for that, right? I hope I don't see your nudes on some loan website. I shot back, yeah, right. Show me one. You're just talking big. HMPH, I'll go buy one right now, you just wait. Millie glared at me and went straight to the mall to buy a bunch of designer bags. She sent them to me privately, making sure I saw them. I did some math. Those bags were expensive, worth at least $200,000. Where did the money come from? Obviously, the loan. Over the next few days, Millie and I were at odds. I bought a bag and posted it on social media, and she bought a better one to one-up me. What she didn't know was that those posts were only visible to her. As I hoped, she was hooked. One weekend, I went to the mall during my time off. I needed some jewelry for an upcoming party, something to make a statement. The salesperson brought out several pieces and began to describe them. Just then, there was a commotion at the entrance. What's the most expensive diamond ring you have? Show it to me. Hearing such an arrogant statement, everyone looked over. It was Millie and Chad. Speak of the devil. A salesperson went up to them, looked them up and down, and gently reminded them, "Ma'am, our most expensive diamond ring is over $10 million. Are you sure you want to see it?" Millie, now rich, was shocked by the price. 10 million? How can it be so expensive? Aren't diamonds just carbon? Everyone in the store laughed, including me. They noticed me and walked over. What are you doing here? This isn't a place for peasants like you. Are you following us? Chad was so sure, as if I couldn't live without him. Are you crazy? I was here first. I think you're stalking me. The salesperson backed me up. Yes, this lady was here first. When she couldn't win, Millie changed her tune and looked at the jewelry I was looking. Can you afford it? What's the point of looking? Mind your business, you can't afford it either. Millie thought I really couldn't afford it and smirked. Of course, I can. How much for all of them? I'll take them all. The salesperson smiled. 5 million per set, so it's 20 million in total. They were both silent for a few seconds, then pretended to nitpick. Actually, I think these are just so-so. Plus, I can't wear so many at once. Chapter 4. I cut her off. Are you buying or not? If not, I will. I told the salesperson to pack them all up for. Seeing that she failed to show off in front of me, Millie gritted her teeth. She quickly grabbed the salesperson's hand and pointed to a ruby set. I want this one. Chad was still hesitant and tugged at her sleeve, whispering, 5 million, isn't that a bit too much? Millie was furious and insisted on buying it, telling the salesperson to wrap it up and take her money. But their credit cards all showed insufficient funds. In the end, they emptied their accounts to barely pay for it. 3 days passed quickly. Millie had enough money to buy the house, found the realtor, completed the transfer, and got the keys. When it was almost time, I went to the neighborhood. The co-workers were already there, eager to see how Millie was going to get rich. Soon, Millie and Chad arrived. She looked around at everyone there, and after confirming I was there, she nodded in satisfaction. Okay, let's go up together. Along the way, the co-workers looked at the neighborhood and were puzzled. Millie, this neighborhood is old. It can't be worth much. Yeah, there's no greenery, and it's full of old people. There are no schools around. The only good thing is that it's close to the company, but you quit, so that's useless. Listening to their chatter, Millie looked at them like they were idiots. This house is cheap and not worth much, but there are valuable things inside. Now that the house is mine, everything inside is mine too. Hearing this, some co-workers thought of the news they had seen online about people finding millions in foreclosed houses. They were shocked, but some were still rational. You haven't even been to the house yet. How can you be sure there's something valuable inside? Even if Millie was dumb, she couldn't say she had been reborn. She could only say, it's a secret. Her mysterious manner actually convinced some co-workers, who immediately flattered her. Millie, when you get rich, don't forget about us. Millie's vanity was at its peak, and her face was beaming. When we got to the door of the house, Millie took out the key and tried to insert it, but it wouldn't open. Her smile froze, and she repeatedly turned the key, but the door still wouldn't open. The co-workers noticed something was wrong and asked, what's going on? Millie forced a smile. The key might be rusty and hard to open. Chapter 5. As she spoke, she put more force into it, but just then, the door opened from the inside. Who the hell is trying to break into my door? Are you trying to die? We all turned toward the door, where a hunched-over old woman stood, brandishing a freaking rolling pin like it was a weapon. I quietly backed away, not wanting to get caught in the crossfire. Millie was freaking out. She bought the place with cash. How could someone be living there? She pulled out the deed, double-checking the address. Yep, this was it. Lady, are you out of your damn mind? This is my house. What are you doing here? The old woman screamed, you little bitch. This is my son's house. Not yours. You want to steal my son's house? Over my dead body. Millie waved the deed. The deed's right here. Your son's house? Get the hell out. Chad stepped forward. Old hag, get lost. This property is transferred to Millie, in black and white. I'm warning you, leave now, or I'll call the cops. You little tramp wanna call the cops? Think I'm not gonna tear your face apart. The old woman went berserk, swinging the rolling pin at them. You're batshit crazy, aren't you? You can't even produce a deed. You're squatting on someone else's property. I'm calling the cops right now. The old woman screeched, I'm not crazy. This house belongs to my son. I have the deed. She darted inside and grabbed a beat-up deed from a cabinet. Everyone was shocked after seeing the words written on it. How can there be two deeds? Both with the same address. Yeah, how can the same house have two deeds? One must be fake. Millie's jaw dropped as she saw the words on. No way. How do you have a deed too? You said this house belongs to your son. Where is he? Call him out for a confrontation. My deed was just issued at the municipal service center. It's definitely legit. At the mention of her son, the old woman's eyes darted around, but she still insisted, my son's away on business. I've lived here for over a decade. What right do you have to kick me out? Then call him. He has a phone, right? Call him now. The old lady refused to call, and Millie finally understood. I see. You're trespassing. There is no son. Get out now, or I'll get physical. Chad scrutinized the deed in the old woman's hands. Your deed is fake. The printing is so rough, and there's no watermark. It's definitely a fake. He compared the two deeds, and it was clear that Millie looked legit. Looks like this lady was scammed and got a fake deed. She's dressed in rags. She's probably homeless, couldn't resist breaking in when she saw the house. Get out, or it'll be even more trouble when the cops come. But no matter how much they tried to persuade or threaten her, the old woman stood in the doorway, refusing to leave. Looks like you're asking for it. I'm calling the cops now. Enjoy jail. Chapter 6. The cops arrived quickly after the call. Seeing the old woman, their expressions turned serious. Why haven't you moved out? This house isn't yours anymore. Why are you still here? The cops seemed to know the old woman and looked helpless. Millie rushed forward. What's going on, officers? Arrest her now. The cops sighed. We'll arrest her, but she'll be back. We learned that the old woman was the mother of the previous owner. Her son killed his wife, and the court ordered the family to pay a large sum to the wife's family. But the old woman refused, so the court took the house back. This is my son's house. I'm waiting for my son to come back. The old woman shouted, clinging to the doorframe. Hearing the whole story, everyone looked at the old woman with disdain. Millie sneered. Your son is a murderer. He'll never be back. The old woman glared at Millie. Shut up. My son is innocent. That bitch cheated on him. She deserved to die. I couldn't take it anymore and spoke up. Lady, are you out of your mind? Your son had an affair and killed your daughter-in-law. Why are you still blaming the dead? Have you no shame? When the realtor told me it was a haunted house, I looked up the case online. It was a tragic story of a scumbag killing his wife. Millie rolled her eyes. The old hag is nuts. Just take her away. This house is mine now. She won't even leave the dead in peace. The old woman is definitely crazy. She'll get what's coming to her. The cop nodded and said to the old woman, get out now. You're trespassing. You don't want to end up in jail with your son. Her son was her weak spot. Thinking of her son in prison, the old woman went ballistic and swung the rolling pin at Millie. Ah, you crazy bitch. Millie wasn't expecting it and got hit on the arm, screaming. Seeing her hurt someone, the cops had a reason to arrest her. Two cops restrained her. No matter how much she struggled, she couldn't shake off two grown men and was taken away in a police car. Millie rubbed her arm, cursing, crazy old hag. That hurt like hell. Chad looked concerned. It's swollen. The old hag is vicious. Put some cream on it. He turned to me and ordered, Liv, go buy some anti-swelling cream. Now, I rolled my eyes. Who do you think you are, ordering me around? Ha, I'm giving you a chance. Once we find the safe, you'll be in a different league from then. Even if you kneel, we won't pay attention to you. I sneered. Find it first. You have nothing to brag about. A coworker couldn't take it anymore. Order delivery, all right? The safe is important. Yeah, we're all coworkers. Give her a break. Millie glared at me. All right, let's find the safe first. Chapter 7. We all went inside. There were still signs of the old woman living there. Millie went to the living room and looked up at the ceiling. Last time, I found the safe there. Chad quickly brought a stool for her to stand. Millie knocked on it and found it was hollow. She got more excited. It's empty. The safe is inside. Find me a hammer. Everyone rummaged through the house and quickly handed over a sledgehammer. After a few hits, the ceiling broke open. Chad couldn't wait and stepped on the stool to help. I touched it. I touched the safe. The excited voice rang out, and they sped up, soon breaking a big hole in the ceiling, revealing a corner of the metal safe. The two worked together to carry the safe down and carefully placed it on the floor. But the safe had a combination, and no one knew what it was, so they couldn't open it. Buy a power saw and cut it open. There must be something good inside. Chad ran out to buy a power saw, and the other coworkers eagerly wanted to see the safe, but Millie was guarding it like a thief, not letting anyone near. The power saw was quickly bought back, and the two held it together, cutting the safe open with madness in their eyes. It's open. Millie's smile froze because the safe wasn't full of cash and gold bars. There were only a few thin papers inside. Where's the money? Where's my money? She reached out and took the papers out, finding only some expired letters. Nothing else. The safe was empty. She wasn't giving up and crawled inside, trying to find any clues. Millie, the treasure you were talking about, is it safe? That's maybe worth a few bucks at the scrapyard. I'm done. I thought there was a big surprise, but it was just a broken box. We came here for nothing. Let's go. So boring. We were fooled. Seeing the contents, the coworkers were speechless and left. Millie bit her lip, refusing to believe it. No way. No way. Chad stepped forward to support her. Yeah, it must be in this house. We'll find it. We will. Millie nodded. Yes, it must be here. We'll find it. The two searched the house, not giving up. They looked from day to night, turning the furniture upside down. Even the mattress was cut open, but there was nothing. It must be in the walls. That's how it is in the movies. It must be in the walls. Looking at the mess, Millie decided to smash open the walls. Just then, the old woman was released from the police station. She was old, and the cops didn't dare to hurt her, only scolding her before letting her go. That's why she could break in multiple times and live in the house. Chapter 8. Seeing her home in ruins, the old woman almost vomited blood. My house, my home, you little bitch, why are you destroying my house? The old woman wanted to tear Millie apart, but she kicked her away. It's you. Did you take the stuff in the safe? Give it back. It's mine. Millie had completely lost it. She thought the old woman had found the money when she lived there and hid it. What stuff? What safe? I don't know. The old woman didn't know what she was babbling about. She stayed because she was broke and had no place to live. If she had the money, she would have moved out long ago. She wouldn't stay there like an idiot. She could understand that if she thought about it, but where was the money? She suddenly looked at me. Liv, tell me, where is my money? I spread my hands. This is your house. You don't know, why ask me? It must be here. You left here, and then you became rich. Hearing this, the co-workers were confused. What are you talking about? Liv came with us. Is there any money? It's so late. I have to work tomorrow. I want to go home. They almost demolished the wall. There is no treasure, let's go. Millie is crazy. She heard some fake news. I took a few steps back. I was going to buy this house to live in, but you paid first. Now you blame me? What does it have to do with me? It's your own greed. Chad shoved me. I think you knew the house was a problem and made Millie buy it. I snapped. Shut up. Who do you think you are? Why would I set you up? What do I get out of it? Do you think I'm easy to bully? Blaming me for everything? Scumbag bitch, get lost. Millie wanted to smash the wall again, but the old woman stopped her. The wall was solid. Realizing everything was fake, the two broke down. But bigger problems were waiting for them. Don't forget to pay back the money you spent to show off. Hearing this, Chad immediately denied it and grabbed Millie. So much money, can you pay it back? Millie caught his meaning. What do you mean? You spent the money too. You have to pay too. You tricked me and want me to pay your debts? Have you no shame? They were together because of money, and now they were fighting because of money. No surprise there. Chad was a man after all. He slapped Millie to the ground and tried to leave. Millie didn't let him. She grabbed his leg. You can't leave. You spent that money too. Seeing them fighting, the old woman couldn't stand it and joined the battle. You little bitch, you destroyed my house. Don't run. Pay me back. Old hag, get out of here. This isn't your business. The house was a mess. The co-workers were scared of getting hurt and left. I stood outside, watching the battle. The old woman was probably furious. She grabbed Millie's hair with one hand and scratched Chad's face with the other. She was holding her own against two people. Chad struggled to break free and noticed the power saw that was used to cut the safe. He grabbed it without thinking and charged forward. The old lady was slashed on the back, and blood spurted out like a broken dam. Blood splashed on Chad's face. Realizing what he had done, he dropped the saw and ran out. I immediately called the police. He could run, but he couldn't hide. Chapter 9. The old woman lost her ability to move and fell on Millie. She pushed her away in disgust and was about to leave when she saw me at the door. Liv, can you help me? Lend me some money. Aren't you rich lately? Please help me. We're best friends. I'll pay you back. Trust if I get through this, we'll be besties again. Hearing that, I laughed. Who gave her the nerve to say that? Do you think I'm easy to fool? I died once. I won't be stupid enough to trust you again. Millie stared at me. You came back too? I died so tragically, God couldn't stand it and sent me to get you. Looking at me, she seemed to see a demon from hell. She muttered, no way, you can't come back. You're lying. If you came back, why didn't you buy this house? I sneered. Who told you I got rich by buying this house? You know, I'm an orphan. But recently, my real parents found me. Last time, being an orphan, I treasured my relationships. If someone was good to me, I would repay them 100 times over. Because I had been wandering for over 20 years, I yearned for a place to settle down, which is why I bought the haunted house. But soon after I bought the house, my real parents found me. After the DNA test, my identity was confirmed. My real parents' business grew after I was lost, and now they were top millionaires. But I couldn't accept the sudden change, so I didn't make it public. To compensate me, they gave me a card with unlimited credit. To hide my identity, I lied and said I found the money in the house. I didn't even move into the house, I just went through the motions. I didn't know there was an old woman living there. It's all your fault, Liv. I won't let you go. She screamed, but that's all she could do. Every day after that, she lived in fear. Chad was arrested quickly. The old woman was old and in poor health. She died from the wound and went to see the devil. Intentional injury turned into murder, scaring him so much that he wet himself. He was locked in jail, coincidentally with the old woman's son. Seeing the man who killed his mother, the old woman's son dragged him down to hell with him one night. As for Millie, she sold all the luxury goods she bought with credit. But those things depreciated after leaving the store. She sold almost everything and only paid off a third of her debts. She wanted to go back to work, but she was too arrogant before, offending the boss. It was impossible to return to her old job. She had to work as a waitress during the day and do odd jobs at night, working 3 jobs a day to pay off her debts. One day, she got a call offering a high-paying job. She went to the interview address and found it was next to the highway. Just as she realized something was wrong, a semi-truck hit her. It was night and the roads were dark. No one saw her lying on the ground. One car after another ran over her until she was found in the morning. It was karma, good for good, and evil for evil. The end. And that's a wrap on today's reading here at Booked for Drama. If you felt anything, rage, swoon, secondhand heartbreak, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow drama lovers. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments. Until next time, keep reading, and keep the drama on the page.